Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited today because we are going to be unboxing some characters in mythology. So we're really moving along and figuring out how these stories work and how they connect to what we've already learned. So yesterday, we discussed how some myths can be written as a myth quest, right? And we find that these characters are usually trying to achieve some sort of goal or mission. And we kind of connect that to what we know already about motivations and struggles, right? And often that character has those struggles or those hardships or consequences and danger along the way. And we also find that often the themes of these stories are these characters kind of figuring out this moral dilemma, deciding if it's, they need to do something good or bad or whatever to accomplish what they need. So we're still focusing on critically reading this literature so we can really improve our skills and strategies on finding theme, character traits, and understanding what it means in mythology, what the goal is in this. So today we're going to transition and we're really going to focus that understand that myths have heroes. So we all know that stories have characters. In myths, often we have heroes, and we also have supernatural characters. So characters that are superhuman or a little bit unusual, right? They don't have those human-like characteristics. They can do some crazy immortal-like things. So let me give you an example of a character like that you all could be a little bit familiar with. And actually, a few of you have mentioned to me that you know who this character is. So I'm going to share my screen and read along with you. Check it out. We're talking Hercules. Here's an example of a hero. And I'm going to read it for you for maybe those of you that don't know. It says, Hercules was a half man, half god. His mother was mortal, but his father was a king, a very special king, the king of all gods, the mighty Zeus. But Hercules did not know he was part god until he had grown into a man. Right from the beginning, Hera, Zeus's wife, was very jealous of Hercules. She tried all kinds of ways to kill him, including sending a couple of big snakes into his crib. Hercules crushed those snakes in a flash. Hercules was incredibly strong, even as a baby. So like right now I'm seeing supernatural, right? Zeus loved his little son. He figured that sooner or later, Hera would actually find a way to kill little Hercules. To keep his small son safe from attack, Zeus sent him to live with a mortal family on Earth. Hercules grew up loved and noble, but he didn't fit in on Earth. He was too big and too strong. One day, his Earth father told him he was a god. Well, part god anyway. The rest of the story of Hercules is a bunch of little stories that together tell the tale of how Hercules earned his ways into the heavens to take his place with the gods. So we can kind of see here how Hercules is a hero, right? And we can see here how he has these supernatural qualities, right? This is where mythology gets a little crazy, like we've talked about before. So here is another example. I want to talk to you a little bit about Zeus, who is his father. So Zeus was everywhere, seen and unseen. He changed his shape and as easily as he changed the weather. He moved the sun and moon and put constellations in the sky. He protected everyone, gods and mortals alike. In anger, Zeus hurled his thunderbolt to punish those who deserved it. But he was also wise and fair and generous with his praise. Zeus first married Metis, but he made Hera his queen. Zeus and Hera bickered constantly, for Zeus had many other wives, goddesses, nymphs, and mortals, and had many children too. Hera was jealous of them all. Okay, so here's what I'm going to use to kind of show you what I'm going to ask you to do a little bit later today. So I have this packet. This is a time to pause and go, oh, Miss Crenshaw just pulled out a Medusa packet, and she's telling us that we have this packet. Yes, you do indeed. It should be in your reading folder. So pause if you need and get this out. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to actually flip to the inside. This did not copy, very user-friendly. And I'm going to talk about Zeus. Okay, our focus today is we're thinking about how our character traits can work in mythology when we have these heroes and these supernatural characters. A lot of the things that we're going to find about these characters are a little bit abnormal, a little bit of different kinds of traits that we're not used to identifying because these characters are so crazy and wild and they're supernatural traits. So I want to make sure that I'm using adjectives, not feeling words to describe Zeus. We often find that Zeus is seen as a hero. We could even see it as we read about Hercules, right? So I'm thinking, I don't want to describe Zeus using a feeling. I want to use an adjective. I want to explain. As I read the assignment, the packet, it says brainstorm character traits or adjectives to describe Zeus based on the myth you read. Justify your answer with support. So not only do I need to identify a trait, but I also need to support it. So I'm going to say Zeus is a protector. So I'm writing it on the chart. Zeus is a protector, and I feel that way because he tried to save Hercules, right? From his wives. So I'm going to go ahead and stop share so you can get a better view of what I'm seeing here. But I wrote protector, and then I wrote just a quick sentence using capital letter, all that good stuff. So protector. Notice how I'm kind of going outside the bubble. Whatever, it's fine. So now I'm thinking, well, what's another way I could describe Zeus? Thinking that he has, these hero-like behaviors. Thinking of what we've read about when we read all about the Titans and that whole story at the beginning, right? So protector. I also see that it was reading that he has many children. So maybe I'm going to say he's very family oriented, loves family. And it says he has many children. So he loves his family. Now I could go on and add a few more, but I just want to give you a gist of what this assignment is going to be all about. So now we're going to pause on the Zeus. And I'm going to flip my packet to the first page, Medusa. And I want you to try this a little bit with me again, using a different character. So we can have some more practice before I ask you to do this on your own. So here's a little summary of Medusa. And some of you might already know a little bit about her. So it reads, in Greek mythology, a Gorgon is a female monster. Medusa was the most famous Gorgon. She was a beautiful young woman with magnificent long silky hair. Guys lined up to date her. One day, while she was in Athena's temple, she flirted with Poseidon, Neptune, which of course angered Athena. Athena was so mad, she changed Medusa's beautiful hair into hissing snakes and made her look into a horrible looking Gorgon. She was so horrible that any living thing that looked upon her would turn to stone. Not long after this, Perseus, Zeus' son, tried to rescue his mother from Danae from King Polydectes by bringing back Medusa's head. To make a long story short, Athena and Hermes helped him out by providing him with magic winded sandals, a curved sword to slice off her head, and a shield. Using his shield as a mirror, Perseus didn't have to look directly at Medusa and managed to decapitate her. From her head sprang the winged horse, Pegasus. So now I'm thinking the same thing for Medusa. Do you want to pause this right now and see if you can come up with 2 character traits for Medusa? Did you pause it? Are you doing it? If you're hearing me say this, it better be because you press play again. And if not, you need to pause it and get me 2 traits for Medusa. All right, let's take a look at what we've got for Medusa. So she was famous, she was beautiful, and she flirted with Poseidon, and that angered Athena. So when I read that, I feel like Medusa was kind of being a little bit rude, like not very respectful. So I'm going to say that I think Medusa is rude because Athena got mad. I'm guessing Athena and Poseidon were married and she didn't like that. So rude, So was not respectful of Athena. Okay. So as I'm reading along again, I also say that it said she was so horrible to any living thing that looked upon her would turn to stone. So right off the bat, I'm seeing right there, it's giving me right there, Medusa is horrible. Did anyone else catch that? So I'm writing horrible. And then I'm going to include right here, turned people to stone, not a very good thing. All right. So now that we've got some practice together and we've learned a little bit more about some characters in Greek mythology, you're going to read a story. You'll notice in your packet, you have one more page that we have not discussed on Orpheus. So now's the time to stop this video and head on over to your reading module for mythology and check out your activity for the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Your task will be to fill out 4 traits for Orpheus, giving evidence. Happy reading, and don't forget to like and subscribe.